Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I'd like each and every vessel to click that like button, click that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to all the GCVs, the Galactic Family, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. They're laughing at you in private, but smiling at you in your face because they're trying to hide their true intentions. When people aren't keeping it real with you, they're going to be a little extra. All right. You're going to wonder why they're behaving the way they are. Every time you're going to see these people, they're going to have cringy behavior. And it's because they're trying to hide something. And unfortunately, they don't have any other way to act because they're smiling in your face and they wish that they could take your place. They wish that they could destroy you, and whatever they did to you was to destroy you, but they weren't strong enough to try to take you out. They weren't strong enough to try to destroy you like they thought they could. All right. They're not actually powerful enough to do that because you're more powerful than they are. They have a weaker energy than you, and their energy is not as strong as yours. All right. They think that they're as strong as you. They envy your strength. Um, they envy your joy. They actually hate you for being as strong as you are, but you overcame that hate a long time ago with several different people in your life. So when it comes to meeting people like this, it's just common for you. It's easy. It's nothing that you haven't seen before, nothing that you haven't done before. But when you have people that you know you're not really that close with, you know it's like kind of weird between you and them. It's not as tight between you and them. This could be anybody, all right? They will be like trying to put on an act to where they like you. But the thing is, they think you're not smart enough to tell. So that's why I said the behavior is going to be cringy. They don't think that you could pick up on their negative vibes, but their vibes are always coming off of them because energy can't be faked. So they're going to have to try to put on an act, and you can see right through them. You can see right through the act. People have been acting like this towards you for a long time. It may have taken a while for you to wake up and finally see that that's what people were doing to you, but they were trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They didn't want you to see how fake they were because if they did, you obviously wouldn't have continued to deal with them. But luckily, God gave you the gift of discernment. You may have had to develop it over the years, it may have developed on its own, but you were able to tell because you always knew that something was off. All right. And you always knew that you didn't have a connection with certain people like you saw them have with others. So you would see a difference in treatment between yourself, them, and others. They would be able to meet with people on a certain level, and the level that they met you on would only go but so far because you would be able to tell that it wasn't genuine and it wasn't authentic and it was just fake. So when people have to put on an act, when people have to act like they're someone that they're not, when they have to try to um, pretend to behave a certain way, it's very easy for you to tell because you know that person is not a real friend, or you know that person is just not real in general. So you have learned to keep your distance from these kinds of people. You probably, when you immediately see like certain people like smile all in your face, you just see that as a sign, a surefire telltale sign that you should just not continue to interact with these kinds of people if you want a real experience. And most people just can't be authentic. All right, there are a lot of real authentic people out there, but the people like this, they just, most of them just aren't authentic. They're not real, and they're trying to be. They're trying to mirror you, and they're trying to mimic how real you are as a person, but they just can't do it. So the fact that you have to either go to work with them or you have to see them for some particular reason, they're going to try to put on that act. But you see through it every time. It's getting weaker and weaker, and you're getting stronger and stronger. And you're able to tell that these people aren't authentic. And talking about someone behind their back is not authentic. A lot of times this behavior, it will signal off your intuition and let you know that it's certain things that are going on behind closed doors that you may not be aware of it fully 100%, but you know it's something that's happening that's not right, and it's doing that to protect you. It's doing that so you don't go all in on this relationship or this friendship or with these people, because you'll be wasting your time, your energy, and they could possibly be trying to figure out how they could cause you more pain or more damage, or just basically just continue to play with you, continue to drain you of your energy, things like that. And these are the people who are the energy vampires in your life, and it's very draining to be around them, because you have to continuously adjust your mood. You have to continuously adjust how you feel. Like, they'll do things to make you angry, but they claim they're your friend, or they'll do things to disrespect you or embarrass you or make you look like an idiot, make you look like a fool, but they say they're your significant other or whatever. You shouldn't be dating anyone like this. You shouldn't be friends with anyone like this. Anyone who says they love you wouldn't treat you like this. So you have to watch out. All right, smiling faces. That song does not lie. Okay, smiling faces, smiling faces. You have to. Well, I haven't heard that song in a while. Y'all can probably tell, but I'm probably gonna go back and listen to it. You have to watch out for smiling faces. People will smile right in your face and have jealousy and envy towards you the whole entire time. They'll smile in your face and act like they're for you, but they're against you the whole entire time. Okay, they are trying to pretend to be for you just so they can get close to you, so they can cause you some type of damage, cause you some type of pain, cause you some type of hurt. Because you have to remember, these kinds of people, they enjoy the torment and the downfall and the destruction of other people. They like to betray people. They like to stab people in the back. It's a type of satisfaction that they get from it. All right. They like taking people who are trusting and trustworthy and who trust them, and they like to betray that trust. And it's just a part of their style. It's what they do. It's a part of like their mental disorder. It's a part of their makeup of their mind mentally. They take people who are unsuspecting of them and who they are, and they betray that person. And it's like they like to destroy the innocence. They like to take the person who believes in them, the person who trusts them, the person who thinks they can do no harm or has their best interest at heart. They like to do harm to that person. So they basically like to take your kindness, use it against you for weakness. They like to take the fact that you trust them, take it, mold it, shape it, blacksmith it into a weapon and use it against you. So this is why you have to watch out for people who are always seeming to be smiling in your face every time you see them. Nobody's that damn happy. Um, and it's like you're gonna get the vibe that they're playing with you. All right, it's not going to be like a genuine smile. It's just they're going to constantly give off the energy like they're playing with you, like they don't take you serious, like they take you for a joke. So people like that, is something about them that is not allowing them to be a normal, honest, trustworthy person. And what that thing is, it's their personality disorder. So that's why they're smiling in your face like that, it's because they're trying to portray a person that they aren't. They're trying to put on an act. They're trying to make you think that they're a good person. Good people like yourself don't necessarily have to do that. You probably meet them and interact with them with a straight face. All right. They have to put on an act. They have to pretend to be a good person. That's something that evil people try to do because they want to try to hide who they really are. They don't want you to be able to tell who they really are, but to someone with discernment, they don't understand that they're easily given up. They're easily giving themselves up. They're easily giving themselves away when they do these kinds of things. They're just letting you know because you can tell, you can see right through the act that this person is not being real with you. And if somebody is not being real with you, they're probably, you know, kicking your back in when you're not around, talking about you behind your back. These people will talk to you about other people and try to get you to gossip with them. And that is another sign. All right, they'll be smiling in your face and trying to hide their true intentions, but after a while of being around them, their true self comes out. So what you have to realize is that they're going to try to talk to you about other people. They're going to try to get you to talk about other people, and it's because they want to keep a toxic cycle of like gossip and slander and negativity going, and it's what they're involved in, and they're going to want to involve you in it as well. But if they're doing this to about other people to you, you can damn sure trust and believe that once you're not around them, they're kicking your back right in and talking about you worse than you could ever imagine. And that's what the smiles are about. All right. The smiles are not about they're happy to see you. The smiles aren't about this person is excited and delighted that you've stopped by or that they're around you. It's definitely not that. They're trying to pretend to be somebody that they're not because they don't want you to realize and figure out and find out what type of person they are and who they are. The backstabber, the swindler, the slanderer, and it's just who they are. So you have to be aware of that. And that smile, it's like a narcissistic smile. All right. They're trying to hide something. And that thing that they're trying to hide is that narcissistic personality. All right. So once you recognize that something is weird about this person, once you realize that, and it's okay to be weird, it's not that they're actually weird. They're probably actually charming. They're probably actually a smooth operator. All right. They're probably actually someone who doesn't come off weird, but the energy that they have towards you is going to be weird. All right. They probably have lots of friends. They probably get along with people. They're probably ideal public person, probably stand up citizen of society, but like how they treat you and how they come at you, you're not going to see any of that. All right. They're going to operate with other people differently than they operate with you. The way they operate with you, you're going to notice that is drastically different. How they operate with others and how they operate with you is going to be a drastic change. All right. Because they're trying to cover up who they really are when they deal with you. Other people, not necessarily so much, because maybe other people already know who they are, or they don't have anything to hide when it comes to them because they're not talking about them behind their back and kicking their back in. So it is what it is. All right. Just be careful. All right. Once you notice these kinds of things, you have the right to just go off and do your own thing. It's cool to be around people who don't do this. It's cool to be around people who take you serious, who don't take you for a joke, who don't take you for a game. All right. These people will also, they'll gaslight you and make fun of you to your face indirectly and make fun of you about things that you like or that you're interested in. So these are just signs. All right. And if people are doing things like that, they're definitely talking about you behind your back, but they have to try to hide who they are to try to at least give themselves a chance. So that way they can get you around, drain your energy, continue to use you for your energy, continue to use you to make themselves feel better. All right. That's why they like when you come around. They get to use you to make them feel better about themselves. It's just a part of the game that they play. So you'll notice that these people play a lot of games. You'll notice that they're real immature when it comes to you. All right. You'll notice that they're always smiling in your face and it'll be to the point to where it alerts you and it starts to agitate you and aggravate you because nobody's that happy all the time. And you'll just be like, yo, why is this person like smiling in my face like that, like they have something to hide, like they're like it's just fake. All right, so you're just gonna notice that this person's energy is not authentic, it's not real, just it comes off as fake. And it's going to like irritate your spirit and aggravate your spirit, and it's also going to drain your energy the longer you're around it. So I suggest to you to not be around this person that long. All right, limit your amount of time with this individual. All right, no phone calls, no conversations, no texts, nothing like that. Don't go out nowhere with these types with these kinds of people. um, Try not to interact with these kinds of people if you work with them or if you live with them in the neighborhood. Stay to yourself. You see them coming, you go the opposite way, because they'll try to hold you up in a conversation. Know you got somewhere to go, know you got something to do, better than to deal with them. All right. They're energy vampires, and they like to drain other people's energy, and they want to know things about you. So like people like this that are smiling in your face like that, don't tell them nothing about you. All right, don't let them know anything about your day. You have to basically just be a blank slate to them. They can't know anything about you. All right, don't tell them anything about you. Don't tell them how your day is going. Don't tell them that you feel good. Don't tell them that you're off from work today. All right, don't tell them that you got work tomorrow. All right, don't tell them you're about to go to the store. Don't tell them you're about to go get something to eat. All right, don't tell them you just got back from something to eat. Don't tell them nothing. All right, do not tell them anything. Don't tell them you got company coming over. Don't tell them you're about to go visit somebody. All right, keep everything to yourself when it comes to these kinds of folks. And as the people in the comments section like to say, stay silent. All right, because they're tricksters. You know, they're very manipulative, and the reason why they smile is because they're trying to come off as charming. All right, it's nothing charming about someone that is fake, that will stab you in the back. All right, they try to appear charming, they try to appear like a good person because that's who you are, and they want to get in your good graces so they can get you close. All right, they want to get close to you. They want to get close to you. All right, so that way they could do the most to you. And it's just the way it is. People are demented. All right, they want to get close to you so they could do the most to you. All right, these people, they take pride and pleasure in how many people that they can harm, how many people that they know are afflicted by the things that they've done to them. All right, while they're sitting back chilling away from you, they like to think of you as someone who's suffering because of what they can do to you or what they've done to you, things like that. All right, people who smile in your face, they're constantly plotting, constantly trying to figure out what's the next move, what's the next evil deed that they can do to you, how can they get you worse the next time. And you don't need people who you think are real around you, because they're going to be plotting on you every time you're around them and every time you're away from them. All right, they don't see you as how you think they see you. So you have to be careful. You got to watch yourself, and you have to trust your intuition, and you got to trust your energy about these folks, because energy doesn't lie. Your intuition is always going to pick up on their faketivity. All right, it's always going to alert you and let you know that, hey, this person's not real. That's what that cringy feeling is. That's what that anxiety is. All right, that's what that bad feeling in your stomach may be. That's what the headaches are about. That's what the tiredness is about. Is your body is trying to alert you and let you know that, hey, not this time. And you'll probably feel these things before you even go back around them. Like, this is why some people who have jobs, they don't want to go back to their job, because they know it's that person at their job that makes them feel like this, and they don't want to have to go back and be around that person. They don't want to have to go back and be around that person, all right? But there is ways around that. You let these things go. You give it to God. You give the person to God. You give how you feel to God. You pray to God for strength, all right? And you put your force field on, all right? God already gave us enough power. All right, God gave us enough power to deal with these kinds of people. So you don't put yourself around them if you don't have to be. But if you have to be around these kinds of people, do not sleep on this force field, y'all. Energy is real. All right, you are an energetic being. All right, you're like, if you didn't have this flesh, if you, your whole body would just be light. All right, because that's what your soul is that's operating this body. It's like you hop in a car. If you wanted to drive and operate your car, what would you do? Put gas in the car, obviously. Turn the car on with the keys. You are your spirit is like the operator of this body, like the car, and you could turn the keys. You could turn the keys and turn the engine on, and you could make this car do what you want it to do. All right, especially when it comes to spirit, the spiritual aspect and the energetic aspect. All right, and that's a whole nother video as far as like manifestation and changing your mind and changing your perspective and healing yourself and all these things. But as far as this video, you have to change your perspective about these people. Don't see them as they may be a threat. They may, I mean, don't see them as a threat, but you know what I'm saying? They may be like a energy vampire or whatever, but don't see them as someone that has power over you. All right, because that's going to set you up into a position to where this person can drain you when you're away from them and when you're on the way to having to be around them, like when you're going to work and things like that. Don't be going to work dreading this person like all right, you have to see these people as friends, just on a psychological mental level, so that way it's not stressing you out. If you see somebody that's a negative individual or a tyrant as a friend, and you don't look at them as a big bad wolf type of individual, they're not going to be able to affect you like they want to. All right. So, and also the minute you feel your energy being drained, turn on your force field. All right. You have a force field. That's why in Star Wars, they were like, let the force be with you. All right. They always put the real things in movies. All right. You actually have a force field around you. Your aura is part of it. All right. So what you have to do is you control your aura, you control your energy. You can feel the negative energy. What you have to do is you have to start to repel it. All right. You have to start to push it back towards them. You feel it. You say, nope, not today. You know what I almost said? Not today, friend. So just imagine. You have to use your imagination. Turn on like you're turning on a light. You're just using your spirit, and you're basically you're projecting like your light energy out around you as like a shield. All right. It's just like a shell. You're like a turtle in a shell around, like you're like a turtle in a shell of white light. All right. And this like spirit light that you're projecting out of your body is protecting you from negative energy vampires. It protects you from being drained when you're around negative people like this. All right. So, and you have to do this instead of getting mad. All right. You have to do this instead of choosing to like just give up because this person is around and their energy is terrible. We've all been there, and that's how you get drained the worst, because it's like you're accepting a fate that you don't have to. You're giving a whole bunch of power away to somebody who's truly, honestly powerless. All right, these people are truly powerless. All right, you don't put yourself in the lion's den unless you have to. But like if you're in the lion's den, like a job, possibly you may be going in between jobs or trying to figure things out. You may be working at a place where it's people where they're toxic, where you don't like them. You put that force field on, and that's what the full armor of God is. Okay, like I know it's like scriptural and other things like that, but that force field has a lot to do with it. All right, because all this is taking place in your mind. So you just have to beware of these kinds of people. All right, and once you know who it is, you don't deal with them. You deal with them as least as possible. You put on the armor of God. All right, put on the breastplate, put on all the other pieces. All right, you put on the armor of God, but you also can project your light out against these people and burn them up in the spirit realm. All right, you could set their soul on fire. They're gonna get around you, and it's going to be hot. Like there's videos of people who said that they put on the armor of God and people had to get away from them because it got too hot. All right. So what you're really doing is when you put on the armor of God on a spiritual level, you're just projecting out your energy, and you're putting a force field around yourself. All right. So and even when you go to God to do that, that God that you're going to is within you, and you're using the God within you, experiencing that and protecting yourself. All right. So they don't have as much power over you as you think. You have more power over the situation than them. You have more power over them, and they're weak. So that's why they even are trying to attack you in the first place. They know that they're weak. They're envious of you because they're weak and you're the strong man or strong woman. All right. So you're stronger than them. That's all you need to know. There's more energy in you than it is in them. All right, and you have the power to defeat them, to destroy them, to step on them, to squash them. All right, you can send these people home crying if you really tap in. All right, and also, yo, you can. This is a whole nother video for real. But you have the power to control these people's minds. All right, anybody that is close to you that's doing you any kind of harm or anger like that, or trying to cause you to be us, you got the power to control their mind. You just have to tap into it. All right, so if you're interested in that, you definitely got to email me and we need to have a session and we need to talk. All right. So hit that like button, hit that share button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.